Brought your way in part by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Let's go back to Bob at the ballpark for a quick look at the runs, hits, and errors.
Well, in this case, the runs, hits, and errors are, rather remarkable. As the fireworks continue here, bursting into the almost midnight sky, including, of course, a delay in this ball game for Amarillo. 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors, 5-7-0. 5 runs, 7 hits, that's enough to be in any ball game and win a whole bunch of them as well. And not tonight. Rockhounds, 24 runs, 29 hits. Hounds did commit 1 error, really kind of an error of aggression, though. Jordan Groshans really made a good effort on a ball, wound up with a throwing error and a run scored, an unearned run against Tyler Baum. And that was the final run that the Sod Poodles scored in this game. Let's see if I can track down we're looking for here. Time of game, 4 hours, 48 minutes of baseball. Now, 2:11 of that was the rain delay. We had a 2-hour rain delay in Amarillo earlier this week, and now a 2-hour, 11-minute rain delay here, but the game is indeed completed. The winning pitcher for the Rockhounds should be David Leal. I'm going to double check on that real quick like here. Boy, what an absolutely crazy box score. David is now 2-2. He gets the win in the ball game. And for Billy Corcoran, he has been so very good for Amarillo. Today was simply a very, very rough day. And remember, he pitched when the weather just really turned. The wind howling out to left field. Yes, it affected a lot of baseballs in this ball game. And Billy Corcoran will fall to 4-3. ERA bumps up to 3.86. Gave up 8 runs on 10 base hits over 2 2/3 innings. When we come back, we'll just take a quick look at the Rockhounds box score because it's just absolutely stunning. We'll do that when we come back, and we'll put a wrap on this ball game as well. Final score tonight from Momentum Bank Ballpark with the fireworks bursting into the sky. Rockhounds 24, Amarillo 5.
Love really good produce? So do we. At H-E-B, you'll always find fresh, flavorful fruits and veggies, including lots of special finds you can't get anywhere else in Texas, like our exclusive Sweet Caroline blackberries. They're the sweetest blackberry you can buy in Texas. Sweet Carolines are in season right now, but only at your H-E-B, where the produce department's always stocked with peak freshness and peak flavor. H-E-B. Here, fresh produce tastes better.
Your Texas Ford dealers and the Midland Rockhounds know what it takes to be a legend. Strength, determination, and raising the bar. Like Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years straight, and the best-selling truck in Texas. Visit your Best in Texas Ford dealer today, or shop at TexasFord.com to get a great deal on a new Ford F-Series truck. Ford, proud sponsor of the Midland Rockhounds. Based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
By the way, tonight's attendance is 5,574. I don't know how many folks, of course, are still here, obviously, but it's certainly not that number. And that's just the absolutely frustrating part of this for any minor league team. It wouldn't matter, any major league team for that matter. But you have an absolutely historic performance, certainly unique, rarefied air. And this franchise is more than 50 years old. And to see 24 runs on 29 hits, a cycle, a grand slam. Player has 2 home runs with 2 men on base, 7 RBIs total in this game for Jeremy Eierman. I mean, you just don't see that almost ever. And yet this game also included a 2-hour, 11-minute rain delay. And obviously a lot of folks just could not stay. So that's the really frustrating part from our franchise's standpoint. But my goodness, just a quick rundown, if you will, for the Rockhounds. Cooper Bowman went 3 for 7, scored a run. Brendan Malone 2 for 6, scored 1, and drove in 2. Had a pair of doubles. Henry Bolte 2 for 6, scored 2, drove in 2. Daniel Susac 3 for 5, scored 4, drove in 2. Jordan Groshans 3 for 5, scored 3 runs. Lazaro Armenteros went 4 for 6. He scored 4 and drove in 3. Jeremy Eierman went 4 for 6, with 3 runs scored and 7 driven in. Denzel Clark hit for the cycle, went 4 for 6. He scored 4 and drove in 2. And Jason Rosario, and I had neglected when he hit the grand slam, he already had 2 runs batted in. Rosario 4 for 6 with 2 runs scored and 6 runs driven in. That is absolutely astounding. Now, again, one of Jeremy's home runs, at least one of them, that came during the time when the wind was blowing almost directly out to left field. It affected a lot of baseballs in this game, no question about that. And Jason's home run came against a position player, Jesus Valdez. But he had pitched a scoreless inning in his previous outing. And Jason with his first home run of the season, and it is a grand slam. 24 runs, 29 hits. Wow, that is something to ponder, to be sure. Well, it is now, we touched on, it is now officially the 5th of July, so happy day after Independence Day. Later on today, the Rockhounds and the Sod Poodles will meet in Game 2 of this series. Right-hander Dylan Ray goes to the mound for Amarillo. He is 4-2 with a 2.53 ERA. That doesn't sound right. I think that maybe, gosh, does somebody else have a misprint? Not just me? That would be refreshing. Yeah, Dylan is 0-1 with a 7.11 ERA. Corey, I'm kidding you a little bit with that, but thank you. It makes me feel better. I am the king of typos. Ryan Cusick is 1-3, 6.57 ERA. Started this season so brilliantly, was sidelined for a while, and has had some ups and downs since coming back. But again, Ryan Cusick, a very good prospect to be curious to see and be interested to see his performance tomorrow evening in game number 2 of this 3-game set. Teams meeting for the 4th time this week here in this ball game, and the Rockhounds have now taken all 4 games this week between these 2 teams. And my goodness, they have scored some runs doing it. Now the Rockhounds outscored Amarillo 23-6 in the 3 games at Hodgetown, and they scored 24 runs here tonight, 47-10. They have outscored the Sod Poodles this week. That is just absolute crazy baseball arithmetic.